Texas has really been on my mind a lot lately, and I wanted to honor the state in my own way with a countdown. I respectfully dedicate this list to everyone who has been affected by Hurricane Harvey. If you'd like to help with the relief efforts, links will be posted below. Number 11. The Gamer Ghost. This alleged ghost was caught on video rummaging around a property of an arcade in Dallas. The phantom blob glides over the grass and quickly fits through an entranceway. It's pretty convincing to me. Here's a second video of it. This looks like a cheaper camera, but it picks up the same shape. The only possible explanation I have besides the paranormal is maybe an insect is crawling across the lens. Number 10. The Institute of Texan Cultures. This famous museum in San Antonio has many pieces of history and a wealth of strange occurrences at night. Workers often hear their name called, have their clothing tugged on, and sometimes see a transparent ghost that they think originated from one of the many ancient Native American artifacts on display, or maybe even the sacred land that the museum was built upon.
And then this, caught on security camera, a moving apparition. The place could be haunted because of the land it was built on, or because spirits became attached to the artifacts inside. Either way, something that can't be explained is happening inside.
Here's another video taken one night showing a door pop open for no reason at all. This wasn't a regular door either. It was a locked security vault and nobody was near. I guess this could be a publicity stunt to draw visitors to the Institute, but I doubt they would disrespect Native American culture by faking all of this, or at least I hope not. Number 9. The Alamo. These books appear to be flying off the shelf all by themselves at an Alamo gift shop after hours. It's hard to tell if they were truly pulled out by a ghost or if someone was just pushing them from the other side of the shelf and playing a prank. We'll never know for sure, but if this were to happen anywhere in Texas, then a historical site like the Alamo would be a very likely location. Number 8. The Marfa Lights. These strange lights have been flooding around in the desert for years with no reasonable explanation.
Now here we are in the morning, barely out of the Marfa city limits. And we're seeing them out there, so Pete and I we're having a great Marfa Lights trip.
But floating is not all they can do. These lights are also known to change sizes, split apart, merge, and disappear at random. Sometimes they even seem to land on the ground and travel at high rates of speed, which makes some people suspect that they are UFOs. I personally have no idea what these lights could be, but maybe we can all figure it out together. Some people say that it's a natural phenomenon that's caused by a buildup of electricity. However, I don't see any obvious weather disturbances in any of these videos.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
Check it out.
Wow.
Okay.
Number 7. Ghost Prints. These railroad tracks in San Antonio are said to be notoriously haunted by the spirits of school children after an incident with their bus and a train. Even though no such incident is officially on record, a lot of locals still believe in the legend. One of them is Yasmin Mendez, who even says that she has video proof to back it up. She recorded a paranormal experiment with some interesting results. Here's what you have to do. First, put baby powder all over your car and then slowly drive across the tracks. Sometimes childlike handprints appear on the front on the car from the ghost children as they touch your car, like Yasmin says happened here.
See that black spot? Yeah. That's where the fingers. Mira, mami, las fingers. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I swear. Oh my god, you can see the fingerprints right there.
The fingerprints. I swear.
I definitely see what she means, but at the same time, I couldn't help but notice that real kids were standing all around both cars. It could just be a coincidence. But it could also be their handprints instead of a ghost's. But even still, there are plenty of other people who say that they have successfully replicated this experiment, so this video definitely could be real. Let me know if you believe the results of this Texas ghost test. Number 6. The river monster. Okay, so this is the size of an ordinary garfish, and this is the size of one when you live in Texas.
Was that huge? Okay, it's a head. Okay. Nope. You're good.
This gigantic specimen is estimated to be about 60 years old and weighs about 200 pounds. They eat just about everything in sight, and their only predator besides humans are alligators. Nothing else is big enough to stand against them. They are basically living dinosaurs, and definitely one of the most mysterious species to be found lurking in Texan waters, so tread carefully. Number 5. Dry Creek Graveyard. There's a graveyard in the community of Poetry that is famous for a very strange phenomenon: flashlight controlling ghosts. Apparently, spirits will sometimes take control of flashlights in this area, apparently using them to communicate with the living and answer basic questions.
Did you come through the vortex?
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
What's really weird to me is how the light slowly fades away instead of turning straight off like normal.
So they have a destination when they...
And this isn't the only video I've found where this happens.
Are you gonna turn it off? I see it getting very dim. Are you playing with the flashlight now? Wait.
Can someone explain how this is happening if it's not being caused by the paranormal? You can't see the bottom of the flashlight in the second video, so maybe their hand is still on it, but nobody is touching the flashlight in the first video, so that one looks especially real. And if you've ever tried this at Dry Creek Graveyard, then we would definitely like to read what happened to you next. So please let us know in the comments section. Number 4. The seat. A simple couch may seem like the last thing in the world that you would ever be afraid of, but there's a used one for sale in Waco that everyone is too chicken to buy. That's because strange things happen to anyone who goes near it. It all started when a customer simply dropped the couch off over a decade ago because it caused too many bad things to happen to his personal life. Though he didn't care to explain exactly how, the first thing that the store owner noticed, aside from the nervous mannerisms of the person who dropped it off, was that he himself felt weird when he sat on it. The cursed furniture also smelled like sulfur, a pungent stench that is usually associated with the underworld. Despite all of this, he decided to put it on the sales floor anyway. Soon doors all around the store began to open on their own, and no cell phone signal could be found when people tried to use them within the general vicinity of the couch. That's not all. After 2 workers touched the couch, they were both separately involved in incidents with their cars. There's also a dark red stain under the cushions when it was DNA tested, and a hole that could have been caused by a discharged round. Exactly what happened on this couch is anyone's guess. Number 3. Samantha Stares Back. The Driskill Hotel is one of the most legendarily haunted hotels in all of Texas. This is where you'll find a painting of a senator's 4-year-old daughter named Samantha, who supposedly fell down a flight of steps at the hotel and met her end. Her soul is said to reside in the painting now, and she will change facial expressions if you look at her for long enough. Just look at what happens when this YouTuber named Emily takes a glance at the painting.
Mom, her face does change.
Has it changed?
Yes, it just changed when I started looking at it.
Jacob, did it change?
After freaking out for a bit, Emily bravely walks back up to the picture and takes another look. Try to examine the picture when the camera zooms in on it, and tell me if you see Samantha's eyes move. I personally do not see it, but maybe I'm missing something.
Her eyes are moving. Oh my god. Her eye just moved up. I'm not lying.
If you want to find out what else this painting can supposedly do, then be sure to check out my other video called 7 Haunted Paintings. Number 2. Hugo's House of Horrors. A YouTuber named Hugo Blog is curiously poking around an old abandoned mansion with his friends in Houston as they search for nothing in particular. The crumbling estate looks like it could fall on their heads at any minute, but they bravely keep going in as deep as they dare. I don't speak any Spanish, but I can tell by their voices that they get weirded out by something and decide to leave. Later, they are all reviewing the video of their exploration, along with some digital pictures, when one still shot in particular grabs their attention. Can you see the silhouette of a girl peering at them through the railing? I definitely can. Another YouTuber named Luis Gomez says that he went there too, and that his camera picked up 2 children standing in a doorway looking at him, much like the photo you just saw. But this story gets much weirder than that. There's a bunch of text at the end of the video that says someone met their end in the house. Nobody was able to find the person responsible. I wasn't sure if I believed this story, so I did some Googling, and I managed to find the exact same text on a Houston police blotter. The police gave an address, and when I put it into Google Maps, it took me back to the house in the video. In other words, the story is real, and someone really did meet their end at this location. Nobody knows why. Needless to say, Hugo Blog has not been back since. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. Also, I recently created a subreddit where you can submit videos and stories for future lists. It's r/chillsnarrator, and the link is in the description below. If you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because I upload a new video every Thursday. If English isn't the only language you speak and you're interested in getting a shout out, click more, then add translations. By translating the video, not only will more people be able to watch it, but a link to your channel will be added in the description. Number 1. Kissing bugs. You may be wondering what something called a kissing bug is doing at number 1 until you realize that this is what its version of a kiss is. These bugs are known for doing the same thing as mosquitoes, but on people's faces at night, especially on their lips, hence their name. As this bug helps itself to your face, it is also potentially spreading a nasty ailment called Chagas. The CDC recently released a report that says you have a 30% chance of getting Chagas in your lifetime. If this happens, you could feel fine for months before displaying any ill effects, and even then these effects might be mild at first. You could feel fatigued and feverish, and you might think you have a bad flu, when really the bug's ailment is just working its way deeper into your body. It can lay dormant in your system for decades before striking. It can make your heart increase in size so badly that it doesn't beat properly anymore, or your entire digestive system could grow so large that you can't even stand to eat or use the facilities anymore from the horrible cramps all throughout your body. This ailment can take your life if it is not detected early enough, and even if it is detected, it might still be too late to completely get rid of it. You can only control it with things that are so powerful that only the CDC is allowed to administer them, and even these come with alarming side effects that nobody would want to have. And to think, all of this can come from a simple bug bite in the state of Texas.